Welcome to the Astro Forecast for the week of April 29th to May 5th. We are fresh off that Mercury retrograde, still slow going, and we're not feeling the pickup just yet. Or maybe you're feeling like it's time to get going and we need to implement, but things aren't really flowing just yet. Hold on, it's coming. Hold on. So we start off this week on Monday, April 29th, in a third quarter phase of the moon with the moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is a very serious sign. It wants to build, it wants to be the authority, self mastery, to put out into the world something that is of purpose and meaning, but doing so from a place of grounding, logic, practical, methodical. So, this is going to help us this week to get things implemented, to start moving ahead in our lives. So, Monday, April 29th, Venus moves into Taurus. So, Venus was just at the final degrees of Aries. Aries is a fire sign, it's initiative. It wants to get going. But because of Mercury retrograde in Aries, we weren't feeling that, or we were feeling like we want to go, but nothing's moving forward, or we were being slowed down. And I laughed because I had a sprained ankle. It's just like, okay, you need to really slow down. You need to be really thoughtful in how you're using your body. Thanks, Mercury. And with Venus now moving into Taurus, it is a slower sign. It is grounded earth. Right? Think of it going from initiatory fire to grounded earth. And Venus in Taurus likes to use her resources wisely. It's her home sign. She loves being in Venus. Venus loves being in Taurus. Taurus is about sensuality, the goodness in life, the sweetness of life. It's also very caring and kind and deeply nurturing, but it likes to invest in things that are going to last, right? This is long-term value, long-term goals, really methodical, practical ways of being. So when Venus is in Taurus, it can be gifts of value, things that are valuable to the person, right? So anyone, if you have a Venus in Taurus, likely you love to receive gifts that are of value, something that makes you feel really good. You love to nurture people with food. This is a lovely time to really enjoy food, but whatever kind of Taurus has a propensity to expand greatly, right? So be careful, because if you eat too much, you go to excess in anything, it's not good for your body, right? So Venus enters his home sign of Taurus, enhancing themes of love, beauty, and material abundance. This is great for manifestation now, right? Your long-term goals, looking back on your vision board, putting those dreams into motion. What can you do one day, every day? Just one thing that really advances those goals. Maybe it's taking your vitamins. Maybe it's putting money into a bank account. Maybe it is focusing on something in your pulling a card, doing something for your spirituality. Whatever was on your vision board, now is a time to really start to implement. Anytime is the right time, but Venus and Taurus is going to help you to do that. This transit encourages us to indulge in sensual pleasures, prioritize stability in relationships, and cultivate a deeper appreciation for the finer things in life. Embrace luxury, romance, and the beauty of the natural world. So Venus in Taurus also loves to be the earth mother, right? Likes to be in nature, likes to allow the energy of the earth to replenish, right? So getting some outside time now is super important. Also, on Monday, April 29th, we have Mars conjunct Neptune in Pisces. Now, Mars likes to be in an initiatory sign, and Pisces is not that, right? And Mars next to Neptune is like even worse in terms of our energy, right? So Mars is our vitality, our passion, our drive, our momentum, the egoic will to move forward is Mars. And when it's in Pisces, Pisces is like one love, man, like flow with the universe, and Neptune is there as well. Neptune is empathy, compassion, love, sensitivity, spirituality, connection to the divine. So Mars being next to Neptune, like, I'm going to tell you right now, the energy is slowing right down on Monday. You're not going to want to get up and go do a lot of things. You might want to now, you need a nap in the afternoon, right? Mars and Pisces, or Mars and Pisces with Neptune is like diffusing your energy. So not a great time to do vigorous energy things that are going to require energy from you, to run a marathon or to do a lot of things or have a giant agenda on Monday can feel hard. It's gonna feel hard. Instead, using this energy for creativity, for flow. Take a nap in the afternoon if you can under your desk, right? Flowing with that energy. Maybe taking a little bit of a lunch break to connect with someone. Empathy, compassion, connection at the deep spiritual level is Pisces as well. So this might be a really great day to go for lunch with somebody who really fills your soul bucket up. So Mars, Neptune coming together in Pisces is dreamy, imaginative vibes. This conjunction creates a potent mix of inspiration, fueling your desires from a spiritual side of things and creativity, but it's not fueling like, let's go. This is like, oh, we really need to get going because we want to help all the world to expand. Like it's very loving energy. And this cosmic union is the pursuit of your goals with compassion, intuition, and a sense of purpose. So this is a really wonderful day to get really clear on why your goals are your goals, what from your intuition and your values and like who you are drives you, right? I had someone ask me recently, like, what makes you wake up every day and step out of bed? And it was really interesting because like I just recently been traveling and I came back and I was exhausted because it's just been kind of a few things in a row that have been super abundant and super wonderful. But sleep is like a necessity for this Virgo. So I was waking up yesterday and I was like, oh, what's my why for waking up today? And it's my family, right? I mean, family is my number one value. It's my number one like reason for being, right? So interesting. I just saw an orb go across the screen. So family is so important. And spirit agrees. My ancestors are always around me too. So what's your why? What do you wake up for? What's your passion, your motivation, your desire in this life that keeps you going? This is going to be coming up right now for awareness. All right, Tuesday, April 30th, Mars moves into Aries. So because Mars is moving into Aries, is going pretty fast right now, right? Those last degrees of Pisces are going to be pretty intense because it's going to feel very tiresome. But as Mars moves into Aries, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we are going to see an influx of energy, like let's go. And because Mercury is direct and Pluto is slowing down, but that's okay. Pluto is kind of out there, but everything else is in forward momentum. This is going to be like the start of Aries season. This is where we're going to feel like the momentum is starting to kick up. Finally, right? Finally. So Tuesday, April 30th, Mars moves into Aries. The planet of action and energy enters its home sign of Aries, igniting our ambition and drive. This transit empowers us to take decisive action and pursue our goals with passion and determination. Harness this fiery energy of Mars and Aries, assert yourself, initiate new projects with confidence. Now is the time to start things. Now is the time to go. Now, technically, Mercury isn't going to be out of shadow until about May 13th, but we have the green light still. So you're finding out things as you go. And really, clarity is bred through action, right? When you're doing, you get clarity. You can't think about clarity, right? I mean, you can get some clarity, but until you do the thing, you're not going to get clarity. I heard a really awesome saying, and it's your ducks are never in a row unless they're in motion. Ducks are never in a row unless they're in motion, right? So clarity is bred through action. Now is the time. I'm so excited for you. All right, so now we're moving into May. So Wednesday, May 1st, we've got a very interesting aspect that's going to be in play for the whole week. So it was already started on Sunday. It's going to be exact Wednesday, and we're going to feel it still until next Monday. And it's Venus square to Pluto. So Venus is what we love and value, beauty, aesthetics, right? She's now in this wonderful Earth Mother sign of Taurus, which is a fixed sign, and she's going to be square to Pluto. Pluto is also in a fixed sign of Aquarius. So Pluto is about death, rebirth, and transformation. It's karmic healing, karmic ancestral trauma, and karmic cycles, right? It's a heavy sign. And these two fixed energies are going to be locked, right? It's a kind of a crisis or a challenge or difficult to integrate. And this is going to bring up where we are in relationships that are actually sucking our resources dry, right? That are no longer compatible. Because Pluto is trying to cut away the death and the dying and help you to transform through your pain. That's it. Right? That's what Pluto does, transform through pain, through our pain, not through pain, because we're not trying to hurt people. But everything that you have gone through that is painful, that is hard, relationships that have really, scarred you over the past year of your whole life is now going to come up for you to look at it and see it with awareness and love and compassion for yourself, to say, I no longer align with these patterns in my life. Right? If you're entertaining old flames that are never choosing you, if you are being in friendships that drain you every time you see their phone number come up on your phone, like, why? Right? What is helping? What is not helping? What is the pattern that you're subscribing to that continues to hold you in this pattern of stuckness? Because one of the things I'll say to you is, if you're entertaining all of this nonsense, all the good stuff that's waiting to come in can't come in. Your drain is plugged. You need to plunge it. And this Venus square to Pluto is going to plunge all the crap, right? Those hairy clogs get like, let's go. It's time to leave. So this week is going to be a little bit intense, I'll say, on relationships that are no longer serving you. So Venus forms a challenging square to Pluto, intensifying emotions and relationships. This alignment may bring power struggles, jealousy, control issues to the surface in partnerships. It's time to see where underlying tensions may emerge, or time to notice where they are emerging, and urging us to confront and transform unhealthy dynamics. Oh, it's a potent one. It's not easy, right? But you're just even noticing, because this relationship was serving you in some way that made you feel safe, and you've outgrown that. And that's okay. We're allowed to outgrow things, right? And we can send so much love and gratitude to those people who have helped us learn these lessons and were a match to us. And maybe we're a friend at a time that we really needed a friend in that area. And now, as we have grown and evolved in ourselves, we see that this is no longer in alignment. And it doesn't mean you're better than anyone. It just means that now you're moving on to something else that's a vibrational match. Right? In the world of energy, nothing is better or worse than. It's just different energies, right? It's just different, right? It's oranges and apples. Like, it's not the same. I mean, yes, they're both fruit, but they're very different, right? So there's a real opportunity here to use this energy to transform relationships. And maybe it's not even to transform relationships to leave them, but maybe it's to evolve them and have hard conversations with people, because you still see there's value there. Right. And if you don't see there's value there, it's time to leave it, right? You can do an inventory of, like, what does this relationship really bring to me? Does it feel good or does it not? You might even want to do a pros and cons list, right? So Virgo, pros and cons. This relationship really brings me all of these wonderful gifts. This relationship sucks me dry in this area. These are the things I don't like about this relationship. And when you look at the evaluation, I recently had to do that for a relationship, and I was like, wow, there's really nothing in this relationship other than one thing that is driving me to be in this relationship. Like, all of these negative things are far outweighing that. But until you do an inventory, you're never going to know, right? So really just sending you so much love. Ending relationships, transforming relationships, not easy, right? So not easy. So that's why it's going to be kind of in play for the whole week. Now, Thursday, and the other thing I should say, is not just relationships. Venus is also our relationship to money and resources, right? So things that we value. So Pluto can bring you an unexpected tax bill, bring you an unexpected call from the collections agency, because you didn't realize that when you close down that credit card, it was connected to that bill payment that's now no longer going through. Or you get, this is actually happening for me, where my web hosting person, who I love dearly, super lovely guy, but I don't know, something's happened and I haven't been billed in over a year. And I was like, I don't know what's happening. Would you like my credit card again? Like, I want to continue with you, but I also want to make sure you're getting paid. Like, that's fair. So I'm probably going to get a backlog tax bill, or, a bill. I don't know how we're going to code that in accounting, but that's Venus or Pluto coming back, right? All these lovely things catching up with you, but to shore you up for something better, right? Once I get that shored up, like, oh, I'm so secure. It's a wonderful guy. Like, I feel so secure with my website and all the things because of him. I definitely want to continue working with him. So let's see, right? And then Thursday, May 2nd, we have Pluto retrograde. So Pluto goes retrograde for long periods of time. He's pretty much retrograde a lot of the time. And he's going to go retrograde until October 11th, 2024. He's very slow, very slow. He's out there in the ethers, right? And as he stations retrograde, it's a time of internal reflection and transformation. Now, ordinarily this is kind of like, okay, would you really notice it? But because of its connection to Venus, this is going to make it a little bit more intense on the relationship, money, beauty, aesthetics, how we feel about ourselves, like beautifulness, right? How we feel about our beauty being seen in the world. Those are all connected to this. So it is going to intensify that Venus relationship value. So it's prompting us to revisit deep-seated desires, power dynamics, and societal pressures. It's a time for uncovering hidden truths and reclaiming personal power. So this Venus squared to Pluto, and Pluto going retrograde at the same time in Aquarius, I feel like it's going to bring up power dynamics in the world as well. And we're going to notice these like shifts. Like we're already seeing in the US Congress that there's a massive power shift kind of battle happening with the Speaker of the House, which is a very precarious position to be in at this moment in time. I feel like they're going to oust that poor guy who is trying to just get work done. And there's just a lot of political agendas and things that are going to be starting to flush out. So we're just going to notice that, I think, a lot in politics as well. And then Friday, May 3rd, Mars sextile to Pluto. Pluto, remember, retrograde at this point, but like stationary retrograde on this very potent energy point. So this is a very supportive energy, because Mars is our vitality, our egoic drive to move forward, and sextile is 60 degrees. It's a harmonious aspect. So what this means in a nutshell is that you're going to have this momentum and drive to get things done, to get things accomplished, but it can also be, because it's Pluto involved, a bit of confrontational energy, right? So in the relationship dynamics, if you put these things all together, you might be telling people what's what. If you're not being self-regulated as you have conversations, you can be like, screw you, I don't want to, it's all you. And what I'm going to urge you to say, I feel, right? Instead, I feel. When this happens, I feel. Take responsibility for how you feel, how you are coming across in your conversations and your relationships, where you are wanting to transform things in your life. Make it about your internal, how are you feeling when this all happens? And then being open to receive how that makes someone else feels as well, right? Accountability means we have to take accountability first, right? We're like, okay, how do we create the situation? What are we pulling in? What is the life lesson that we are meant to learn from this? And when you've digested all of that, from that place, you can come in strong with, thank you for showing me how this has worked. Thank you so much. I mean, I feel like a lot of times relationships that no longer align, you just kind of stop talking and things just move on, right? It's kind of a thing. But if you like the other person, it continues to receive from you and you're like trying to cut it off, you might have to have a strong conversation about that, saying, this relationship doesn't really give me anything. Like, I mean, please, like, tell me. I feel like I'm giving you all the time, right? So might be some things come up with that. So this alignment enhances our ability to assert ourselves effectively and make profound changes in our lives. It's a favorable time for strategic planning, intense focus, and pursuing ambitious goals with determination. So we can use this energy, but combined with the other two, just don't let it become toxic. Don't let it become like, you did this to me. Like, own it, have accountability, and from a place of grounded awareness, choose what is best for you and what do you want to do moving forward, right? And then there's no major aspects on Saturday, Sunday. We still have all those other aspects in play, but Saturday is feeling very emotional. There's an intuition and a little bit of an aggression thing in the afternoon as well. So really just noticing your emotions coming up. And then Sunday, May 5th is Cinco de Mayo. So it is a time where people like to enjoy and imbibe. And with the moon going into Aries, the moon will be in Aries on that date. We have Mars in Aries, we have Venus in Taurus. This is like a beautiful energy to like enjoy, have tacos, have a few tequilas, imbibe, just don't go overboard. right? There can be a thing here of like partying too hard because Monday, well, no, actually, it's Tuesday. We have a new moon in Taurus. So you're going to need your wits about you for next week. So, and actually, it's a really lovely energy. It's not, there's nothing intense about that. That Venus square to Pluto is a very intense energy that is going to sort of be the flavor that's going to last a bit here this week. And it's really going to be the key to understanding what you're feeling, why everybody is so freaking mad. What did you do? What, you know, people might even project onto you. I actually just witnessed that. I saw this girl totally project a childhood trauma onto somebody. And I actually said, it feels like something from your past is like coming forward. And she's like, it is. And I was like, maybe you need to feel that, right? I was just a witness, but it was interesting to notice. So yeah, own your own side of the street, see what comes, and there's going to be massive transformation this week. Wishing you the best week ahead of awareness, of kindness, of compassion and love, and choosing from a place of introspective awareness of what is best and highest for all concerned. All right, have a good one. I'll see you next week.